Have you ever engaged in a serious debate over which is better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Have you ever played Smash or Pass using only characters from Star Wars and Marvel movies? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we have the podcast for you. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen, the podcast where an expert panel convenes to ask the questions about pop culture and social commentary that other podcasts are afraid to ask. Listen to The Steam Gentlemen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, Wrestling Fans International Association is back. That's right, the premier fan club association of the 1970s and 1980s has been revived and is back in business. Join today. It's free at thewfia.org. That's thewfia.org. You can also join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/WFIA 1969. Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I am your host, Brad Drake, and this is the World Wrestling Federation. We're getting set here, everybody, to record 4 episodes of All American Wrestling. We have traveled over to the Midwest, and we are running out of the Bemidji Events Center. So here we are in enemy territory of the AWA, and we are firing shots across the bow at the AWA. So here we go. Of course, All American Wrestling is a B show, but B shows with us, with the WWF, are still a lot of fun. So we have nobody out except who we would expect not to be here. Let's take a look at our backstage instance. Looks like Scott Casey's causing some trouble, and we are going to fine him. Next, we have Lalani Kai. Oh, man, she forgot to pick up her assigned partner. That's not good, because she's one half of the Women's World Tag Team Champions. Bruno Sammartino said he's had enough of her and her crap, and she will buy meals for her partner for the next 3 shows. All right, Randy Savage passing on some knowledge here to Mitch Snow, and also passing on some knowledge to Steve Lombardi. All right, everybody, let's take a look at our card. We have tacked on a dark match, just like we did for Challenge. So 3 dark matches. So in these dark matches, we will see Boris Zhukov featured. The Rockers will be featured. And, of course, the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow. On our main card here, everybody, remember, these are all squash matches, so it's not necessary for me to name who they're wrestling. We're going to see Sherri Martel in action. We are going to see the tag team of Kamala and Sika in action. Hillbilly Jim's going to be on the card, everybody. And in our main event, we are going to feature Rick Martel and Tom Zank, the CAN-AMS connection. And it will be only in about another week, everybody, where Tom Zank is going to wig out. Now, we can double check that while we're talking. Yes, Tom Zank wigs out next week. So there we go. We're getting ready to reform Strike Force here, everybody. We're going to see promos by the Wizard, Hillbilly Jim, and the CAN-AMS connection. So here we go, everybody. An action-packed All-American Wrestling. You know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. Here we go. Opening up with the dark match. And I got so excited I forgot who the match is. All right, Jim Evans versus Boris Zhukov. Boris Zhukov, of course, has been signed to become one half of the Bolsheviks, but the team has not debuted just yet. Here is, I was looking for John Evans, and I'm actually looking for Jim Evans here. There we go. There's Jimmy Evans, and here is Boris Zhukov, freshly stolen from the AWA. And here we go, Zhukov with the win. So that dark match is in the books. Up next, we have Louis Cyr and Frenchy Martin who have been regular tag team partners. They are going to face the Young Rockers. So we have Sear and Martin versus the Rockers. All right, pre-show action here. So here is Louis Cyr, also known as Gilles Poison. I think the poison fish is what that means. I could be wrong. If anybody's better with French than me, let me know. I'm not bad with French. I can pick up little things here and there. I had very, very basic conversational French with some Canadian soldiers from Quebec and a little bit with the French Army, but nothing to write home to mom about. So there we go. There's Louis Cyr, and here is Frenchy Martin. And of course, they are going to face the Rockers, who have yet to make their debut because they didn't really make their real debut. They got fired while they were still doing dark matches. We're going to do our best to keep them around. Marty Jannetty's going to get the win here for his team. And this one looks good and is ready to rock. Here we go. Joey Maggs against Bam Bam Bigelow. And I've been screwing it up. These should have been 5-minute matches all along. I'll make that correction after this bout. Here's Maggs versus Bigelow. And here is Joey Maggs. Here's the Bammer, Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm reading Ken Patera's book right now, that interesting Bam Bam Bigelow story there in the airport when Bam Bam Bigelow took a handful of pills and they could not wake him up. And Andre the Giant, Ken Patera, and Don Morocco and Ted DiBiase all had to physically carry Bigelow onto the plane and physically carry Bigelow off the plane. That is a big boy to be carrying around, everybody. That is a very big boy. All right, let's double check this one here. Yeah, we're good to go. All right, here we are, ready for our main card. We're going to see Angie Minelli in there against Sherri Martel. And here we go, Minelli versus Martel. A little bit of TV time here for Sherri Martel. Here's Angie Minelli. Here is Sensational Sherri, the future Sensational Sherri. She was actually I think a babyface when she first started. I have her as a heel just because it doesn't matter with the way we have things laid out here. All right, so Sherri Martel, of course, gets the victory here. And we're moving right on here to the Wizard cutting a promo with Kamala and Sika. The Wizard cuts a promo with Kamala and Sika. All right, let me double check to make sure who our host is here. Here is the Wizard. And of course, he's got Kamala and Sika with him. There's, oh, not Kenny Patera. There's Kamala. There is Sika. And let's double check to see. Ooh. I didn't mean to do that. Let's delete this page right away. All right, we need to go back to commentators. There we go. Okay, so All American Wrestling, Craig DeGeorge is covering the interviews. So we got that set. So here is Craig DeGeorge. And let's double check to see if they're in a feud. They were, but I don't think they are in a feud any longer. They are not. Okay. So, there we go. Wizard based on entertainment. Might as well base Craig DeGeorge on entertainment too, because I don't think the Wizard's very good on the mic, even though he was in real life. The Wizard, of course, his name escapes me right now, but big-time wrestler. Wrestled in Hawaii, all over the country, all over the world, really. Very good wrestler. His name escapes me at this moment, and it's bothering me so much that now I'm going to look it up. There he is, King Curtis Iakea. Excellent, excellent wrestler in his day. All right, here comes the big match. So we are going to have two poor souls get destroyed here by Kamala and Sika, and they are Jeff Crimley and Tommy Sharp. Crimley and Sharp versus Kamala and Sika. And this is not going to go well for Jeff Crimley and Tommy Sharp. All right, here is Jeff Crimley. Here is our man, Tommy Sharp. Here is Kamala and Sika. All right, we're going to have Kamala get the win here for his team. And Kamala and Sika continue their winning ways on television. Up next here, we have a Hillbilly Jim promo. Hillbilly Jim, we'll double check, is also not in a feud. Hillbilly Jim, I think, just came back from a major injury not too long before this. Hillbilly Jim cuts a promo. Hillbilly Jim was entertaining. Big dude, too. Good athlete. Very entertaining. Not very good in the ring, but very entertaining. He was one of my favorites growing up. Here's Craig DeGeorge. Hillbilly Jim is based on entertainment. Hillbilly Jim does a good promo. All right, up next, we're having Charlie Fulton in there against Hillbilly Jim. And, of course, Charlie Fulton is going to do the favor here, everybody. Fulton versus Hillbilly Jim. Here we go. Here's Charlie Fulton. And here is Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim with the W. Most likely going to win with that big boot that he did. And up next here, we have the Can-Am Connection cutting a promo. We are just days away from the Wig Out by Tom Zenk. And of course, they are in a feud with the Islanders. So we have Rick Martel here. We have Tom Zenk. We have Craig DeGeorge. And then we have Haku and Tama. And the storyline was that the Islanders scared away Tom Zenk when Tom Zenk wigged out. Rick Martel would do singles matches against the Islanders for a couple weeks, and then they would introduce Tito Santana as his new partner. And of course, Santana with Martel would make history. So here we go. Jack Armstrong, longtime ring veteran, still in really good shape at this point of his career. And had already done enhancement work for the WWF. And we're just brought him back to do more enhancement work for the WWF. So here is Jack Armstrong. Here is crafty veteran Dennis Stamp. And here is the Can-Am Connection. Probably the last time we'll ever see them tag. All right, and we are going to have Rick Martel get the win for his team. And this one's booked and ready to rock here, everybody. We're going to go ahead and start the show. See how we do. All right, Evans versus Zhukov. Zhukov gets the win with that running headbutt drop, of course. And Slick does some good work ringside. The Rockers get the win with the Rocker Shocker over Louis Cyr. 75 each for the Rockers. Of course, this is a smart move, putting them on this card in Minnesota. Really sticking it in the AWA's face. It's exactly the type of stuff that the WWF would do. Lots of penalties there, but that's okay. All right, up next, Joey Maggs and Bam Bam Bigelow. Bigelow gets a 63, 37, 55 overall. And Bigelow has not been in this section of the country too often, so it's going to take him a while to get over, of course. The television will help. Here we go, our opening match with the two ladies, Angie Minelli and Sherri Martel, and Sherri Martel gets the win with that big splash. Once again, we're featuring Sherri Martel here in Minnesota, where she's been popular. All right, here comes the big promo of the Wizard. It gets a whopping 49, even with DeGeorge helping out. They might have been better off without DeGeorge, but then again, DeGeorge got them a bonus here. All right, up next, Kamala and Sika get the win with that giant splash. Kamala over Crimley here at 253, 42 overall, everybody. And let's just double check a few things here. Yeah, we got the holding back business, poor selling. But at least Sika is not showing his age yet. Up next, Hillbilly Jim with an outstanding promo. 81 overall here, everybody. Good stuff. Hillbilly Jim could cut a promo. All right, Fulton and Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim gets the win with that big boot. 40 overall. This match is not very good. Little heat and embarrassing wrestling. Here we go now with the promo with Rick Martel and Tom Zenk, collectively known as the Can-Am Connection. We get a 69 overall here. And let's move on to our main event here. A whopping 55 as Rick Martel beats Dennis Stamp with that Boston Crab. All right, see if there's any takeaways here. And Rick Martel, another man popular in Minnesota here. Of course, in real life, everybody, this taping was not held in Minnesota. the WWF would hold like sometimes like 12 tapings in a row. They'd be in buildings for like 8 or 9 straight hours. Obviously, I'm not going to do that in this game because it'll kill the wrestlers. So that's why we split it up the way we do. And I think we've gone over this before when we started the save off. So think about it. We've been playing this save for months. And we've only, I mean, we started playing this, I think, in December, right? Or January. And here it is. We're in May and we're only in July. Granted, it's because we also have other saves, but that's just how long the WWF saves take. All right, we're going to finish this one up here. 67 overall. Not bad at all for a B show. And that's going to do it for us, everybody, for this episode. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, live and in living color, back in action with more All-American Wrestling. For those of you that are new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop us a message below. Let us know how you found the channel and what you think of us so far. We're glad you're here with us. Checking us out on social media, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. You can also check us out over on Reddit under the subreddit of TEW 2020 Friends. And don't forget, we are also on Discord under 1987 Supermod. Patreon, that's right, we are on Patreon, and it's great. Patreon.com/PowerCast Network for the price of a cup of coffee. $5. You can get access to all of our shows early and YouTube ad-free. You can get access to all of our spreadsheets. You can download version 10.1 of the Supermod and so much more, everybody. Patreon.com/PowerCast Network. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time, everybody.